Ellie Day 3. This is the first encounter here. And this first encounter is actually really tricky. And one of the reasons is that
Give me a hand.
it's a pretty small area. There are places that we can hide on the right and left. What we want to do is eventually go straight down the middle and then cut right, almost like the opposite of Eastbrook Elementary. And now we can go into these right and left areas. The problem though is that it's a very open area and there are 4 enemies that walk down the center. So there's really no places to hide and they enter the area pretty fast, which means that we can't really enter the right nor the left hidden spots very quickly. Also, even when we do enter the right and left hidden spots, we still have to deal with enemies on the way out. So even though this area is short, it can be tricky. Now, because we can't really get any stealth kills on enemies because they are like in pairs, if you kill one enemy, the other will get alerted. The thing I'm going to recommend that you do is to book it. So we can't stealth our way into one of these areas, but what we can do is run as fast as we can at the start and get into an area and then let the enemies pass before we continue on. And there's a couple of enemies we have to deal with after that, but what you're going to notice is I'm already holding sprint right now. Even though I don't have control of the character, I'm holding forward. I want to jump over this little wall. Barrier, whatever the hell it is. We're going to book it to this door, and right before the door, I'm going to release sprint right there. And we're just going to walk inside. We're making a loop here. The only reason is because there's pills. I'm going to squeeze through this. Like I said, we're making a loop, and we're coming back to this water cooler. Prepare your water cooler talk. So we're waiting here. Here's all these enemies. Now what we're waiting for is her to go past this blue box, whatever the hell it is. This tarp. And then we want to check this guy. This guy likes turning around just like that. He likes turning around. We want to wait until he's done turning around. We're going to go outside. We're going to go prone. And we want to hug this trailer. We want to go all the way around this trailer here. So we're going to go on the right side of this red curb. We want to be right on the inside of it. And just stay on the inside of this curb. Make sure that she doesn't spot us. So sometimes you might need to delay a little bit. But you see I'm cutting hard right into this grass. We're in the grass. Okay, we might get spotted. That's okay. Whip out a molly. Chuck it. Whip out a molly. Chuck it. And then book it. If you get caught like that. Also, you could use a smoke bomb. So if you do happen to get caught, this is what you can do. You see, I'm hurting pretty bad, but whip out some throwable, chuck it. Don't worry about aiming or anything. And we can see I'm through the area. Of course, I have to use a med kit. I'll also try to show you what happens if you don't get caught, but also expect that to happen. Okay, we're coming back up on this area again, hugging the trailer, getting on the right side of this curb before we go crouched. All right, she's looking away. I'm going straight to the grass. So I think the thing that I messed up last time is I went a little bit too far right. But now I'm in this grass. We're going to go a little bit forward here. Okay. And now what we want to do is distract them. We want them to look away. So I'm going to go and throw this right when he passes, just way over there. And once I hear it shatter, I'm going to go crouched. Just to go a little bit faster here, then we're going to cut this corner like this. Okay? Just like that. So that's how we can effectively get around here stealth. Now you still might get caught there. If you get caught, then just start running like before. However, the thing that I want to show you that is if you don't get caught, then they're not going to chase you. They're not going to chase you, and there's loot up here that you can grab. Okay? I might be good. I'm on grounded. They can spot me from so far away. Okay, we're good. Just to show you that you'll have some pretty nice loot over here and also across there. Now, again, if you get spotted, don't get this loot. Just run to the end. Okay, really important. Because you'll be right here. They'll be right there like shotgunning you and you'll probably die. And here's, yeah, some good stuff. I happen to have a training manual because I never pick up anything. There you go. If you do get spotted, just remember, if you get spotted and they're in your way, molly or smoke them. If they're not in your way, and this is just the typical rule for this game, If they're not in your way, then you can run. Because if you start running, charging into an enemy with the gun, then they will just stun lock you until you're dead. So small note, right, we just cleared that last area. We hopped down. There is a parking garage over here. That is completely optional. It's filled with infected, specifically stalkers, and a clicker that you probably don't want to go into. And just so you know, Ellie will say something before you accidentally enter saying it's infected. Yeah, which means don't go in there. It's not worth it. Where we do want to go is the way forward, which is way over there. All right, so since we did use the brick, well, I happen to, and so I don't have one right now. We're going to want one for the next area. We can get one when we hop down here. Make sure you check underneath here, and we'll have a brick. And there's also some other things as well. So make sure to grab that. Okay. As a general tip, make sure that your flashlight is off. Not for infected, but for any of the living humans. So I'm starting from back here just to show you that there's a little bit of loot, but this encounter kind of starts immediately. And as you'll see, I'm not running. I'm going to get my brick out, and we're going to see a dog attack someone here. We're going to cut hard right. We're going to try to stay as far right as we can. Don't worry. You see, I'm doing this on grounded, no problem. Now, once this grass ends, we're going to go crouched, and we need to distract this dog. We're going to chuck that brick far over there. Once it lands, then we're going to stay crouched and go forward here. We're going to try to keep going as right as we can. There's this guy up top. Okay. Don't need to worry about him. There's an opening in this window here. So we hold forward, a light tap on X. Don't spam X, because then you'll start standing. Then we're going to keep going forward. We're going to get our replacement bottle right here, and there's nothing more to the right here. So we're just going to keep going here. Now sometimes you'll see a guy up here. Don't worry about him. He won't be able to see you. And again, we're just hugging this right side. And now we're kind of getting out in the open where there's grass. Again, you see grass. Good idea to go prone. Okay, now she looks kind of scary in the way. That guy will sometimes be up here, so I'm just checking to make sure that I don't see anyone. And she's walking away. We're going to go into the water. Go into the water, and this might be the first place where you can actually go prone in water to hide. And again, we're just kind of staying around the right side. There's this car over here that I want to get behind. So I'm just going over to the car, like so. We're going to catch our breath. And see, there's the guy up top. Like sometimes he's checking, like that's why I stay in that grass. And you could stay in that grass in that spot for as long as you want until you feel comfortable. Now where we're trying to go is we need to swim under, like right to the left of this sign over here. Now I'm not waiting for anything. I'm just like, catch my breath. No worries. There's another little spot right here that we can kind of be prone behind. Jesse, what's he doing? This is another slightly hidden spot. It's definitely smaller. She'll be able to spot you, and then there's somebody over here that can turn around too. You can kind of see him climbing. But once you're here and you've caught your breath enough, and by the way, if they catch you here, just try to stay underwater and kind of like book it over to here. This area is relatively simple to handle. It's all about just getting that one brick throw at the beginning and then just kind of staying right all the way through. Just to show you to go out the rest of the way. Oh, I did get caught. It's not really a worry, but I can see that there's this area where I can swim under. I'm going to surface just to catch my breath. There you go. Normally I don't get caught there, but like you see, I'm not worried about it at all. Even if I got caught early, like I could hide behind those cars. All right, so we're about to enter the last encounter of this chapter, Mall, and it's definitely a tough one. And because of that, I'd recommend topping off your health. Looks like I didn't get shot in that entire encounter. So awesome, but this is your last chance to heal before things can go really, really wrong. And so here you can see I'm trying to help Jesse before we start swimming, because we're going to start swimming, then we'll be climbing a rope, And then it'll throw us right into the encounter when we're swimming, and we won't really have a good chance to heal. So make sure you do that ahead of time. Another thing I should note here is that I recommend that you use a smoke bomb in this next area, and you can see I don't have one crafted. There is, I came up with a strat that should be as easy as possible to get through this area, but it would be really nice if you can craft a smoke, because that will buy you some time. You're going to get shot up a lot, so that's why we want to make sure our health is topped off and that we have a smoke before we start swimming. Okay, so we're about to start Maul here. This will happen. We climb this rope, there will be a cutscene, and then it'll throw us right into the water. And like I said, this is a pretty complicated area. We can't just go straight to the boat. We have to go upstairs or underwater and do all sorts of things. It's a pretty intricate map, which means that it's going to take some memory. So I came up with a strat here that's kind of like making an S shape on the right side overall, but we kind of have to juggle a couple of enemies. Now, fortunately, with this strat, the timing isn't critical, but there are some things that could go a little bit wrong. But the game plan here is that we want to get to the boat without killing anyone, because there's really no reason to. And we want to, once you enter that boat, they're going to start shooting you immediately. And you need to get your triangle prompts, because it's just like a generator, like trying to start the engine. And then we want to book it. And we're going to have our fingers crossed that we don't get shot up too much. And we do this on Grounded, so it should work on other modes. So when we start this, I'm not going to hold sprint. Very important. Don't hold sprint, because we'll be swimming too fast. But I am holding forward here. So like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to cut right. There's going to be two enemies here. I'm going to come up like right up on them. And like I said, we're starting our S shape, but we're going underwater. So we're going through here, and we basically want to go straight through. We kind of have to cut like around this thing a bit. We're going basically as far as we can go. We need to catch our breath, and now we're making a curve in our S, and we're going straight right here, and we're going to go back into the water. You can swim underneath here too, but you might as well just catch your breath. Now once we reach this point, we're going to go down and under. Then we're going to go through here. And now it looks like, oh, we should catch our breath here. Don't catch your breath here. Just keep going until this next area. It's going to be a little nerve-wracking, but you can do it. And we want to come up right up in this corner right here. Once we've caught our breath a little bit, underwater again. And just to go this short little distance. And this is effectively the end of our like S shape. We want to climb up. Climb up right here. And now we could be here forever. Okay? Now where we want to go is up there. And we're going to hop down. The boat is just beyond over there. But we need to go upstairs to do that. Okay. Now just to show you a little bit about this area. Like I said, we can kind of be here forever. If you get caught and they start searching for you right here, you can go underneath this spot and hide from them. And in fact, if they start to lose sight of you, but then there's an enemy still here and another enemy isn't watching them, you can get a stealth kill. Okay. Okay, so this guy up top and her, they are the current problems. But when this guy starts turning away, by the way, notice how he turns around like that? He does that all the time. So be mindful of that. We're gonna watch it again. Once he cycles back. But he'll walk up here, he'll stare towards our direction, then he'll turn around. It looks like you can go. You can't go yet. Wait for him to turn around. He pretty much always turns around. So watch him. He's starting to walk away, and he's turning around. He'll catch you right there. So once he's turned around, then we go up here, little X tap, okay? And now we'll see the boat straight off of here. So what we want to do is, I'm just going to chuck, I'm lining up my reticle. I'm chucking the smoke bomb. We'll go up here, press triangle to get into the boat. This buys us a little bit of time with the smokes so they can't shoot us. By the way, the smoke isn't critical. Now they're starting to shoot us. You're going to get shot, most likely. Sometimes you're really lucky and you don't get shot at all. But there we go. That's effectively what you want to do. And now we're in the next chapter. So again, I'm just going through the motions here, making this S shape. Important thing to note is I'm not stopping. I'm always holding the joystick until we get out of that one pool. Catch our breath in that corner. So even here, we're gonna drop down. We're gonna go underneath the water immediately. Continue to make this last big loop of our S shape here. Now what I'm gonna try to show you is what happens if you get a baby alert. It's really hard for me to specifically get a little alert, and this is an alert where they don't know that it's you, but they saw something. Okay, again, important, this last little stretch here, swim underneath right here, because you will get spotted. Okay, now I would have been fine if I just waited right there. Like I said, I'm going to try to get a small alert here.
Might be someone here.
Like that, okay? So they don't know that it's me, but they know they saw something. Now they usually look for backup, but this guy's going to walk over here and drop down. So I'm seeing if there's anybody here that's giving him backup. It doesn't look like it. So I'm going to grab him. Now be careful. Sometimes like one of them is going to be watching their back. And so you obviously can't do this if that happens. Okay. So there we go. So this is one reason why this spot is so good. Because not only that, but like he hopped down, I can hide underneath here, and they can spot you through here, but they have a hard time seeing you. So like I said, we're gonna come up here and just exercise patience. I'm gonna wait for her to go up here, turn around, and now, you know, fortunately, I don't need to worry about this guy anymore. It's a little more stressful, but there we go. So we walked. She walked back, and I'm doing this from a different save where I don't have a smoke bomb. Now, by the way, if you're nervous about using the smoke bomb right there, running off, you can go prone in this corner right here. This is just another option. The problem is they're going to start shooting you immediately. Like the smoke will buy you a little bit more time in the boat. So you press triangle immediately. They already know that we're here for some reason. Someone's job is literally doing nothing but watching the boat. And there we go. We got in the boat. We're crossing our fingers, but again, yeah, we're doing this on Grounded, and yeah, the chapter is complete.